Since Putin invaded Ukraine, the country's been receiving a lot of backlash. This is especially true for the oligarchs of Russia, who've had sanctions imposed upon them from much of the West. One such man is Leonid Mikhelson, Russia's richest man in 2016, and we're going to be breaking down what exactly the tycoon spends his billions on. So keep watching. The gas tycoon and his wife, Lyudmila Mikhelson, live in a large house in Barvika, near Moscow. The majority of Russian billionaires have a home there since it's one of the most elite places in the country. There have also been some rumors that Leonid and his wife, Lyudmila Mikhelson, purchased a $15 million home in Miami Beach. But the Russian's extremely tight-lipped about his private life, so we don't have any more details for you at the moment. So secretive, in fact, that getting confirmation or denial of his second wife buying a penthouse in Alicante, Spain, and living there with their son before selling it is impossible. The Yacht Pacific was built as Project Josie by the renowned Lursen shipyard and cost $150 million. In 2010, she was delivered to her owner, Leonid Mikhelson. Pacific's exterior design was done by German Frères, and while it is subtle, it's absolutely stunning. The yacht has a distinct color that appears to change with the light, giving it an almost magical feel. The Pacific's steel-framed with an aluminum superstructure, and her MTU diesel engines propel her to speeds in excess of 20 knots. The yacht's top speed is 15 knots, and her range exceeds 4,500 nautical miles. The motor yacht is pretty roomy, and can comfortably carry 12 guests in 6 cabins with a crew of 28 people. And if this wasn't enough to impress you, the Pacific can also accommodate 2 helicopters on it. And not to forget, it also has features such as an elevator, a pool, and a smaller speedboat on top of it. We don't know about you, but we could spend our entire life happily on just that yacht. Speaking about the yacht, the billionaire had to go to great lengths to protect the yacht from getting sanctioned too. After not broadcasting its location for nearly 2 weeks, the $150 million luxury super yacht reappeared, transmitting that it was on its way to the Bahamas and Barcelona. Now you have to remember, both of these places would have put it at risk of seizure. Surprise, surprise, turns out that its final destination is a safe haven sought after by many other vessels of sanctioned tycoons, Turkey. The journey of the 280-foot Pacific, which sailed dark for nearly half of the journey because of its automatic identification system not being turned on, demonstrates the risky measures taken by the crews of these multi-million-dollar vessels to reach jurisdictions considered unlikely to detain the floating castles. Well, some people really love yacht seeing, and there have been quite a few sightings of the Pacific over the years. The mega yachts have been seen in Australia, Indonesia, Florida, and the south of France and Italy, all hubs of the elite, and she was even spotted near Costa Rica in January 2015. Michelson's boat was also seen near Honolulu, Hawaii in May 2015, and in Antibes, France in August 2017. When it comes to traveling, the billionaire definitely doesn't seem to be too shy about it. While his life is secretive, the yacht's a clear indicator of his luxurious lifestyle. When Turkey opened its borders to people after the pandemic, Michelson's ship was one of the 60 mega yachts dropping anchor off the country's coast. How can someone be a billionaire without a private jet to prove it, right? Mikhelson has a Gulfstream G650 private jet registered N650GL. Just so you know, the Gulfstream G650 costs $70 million on the market. The aircraft can seat 14 passengers. Leonid Mikhelson's a major shareholder in both Novatek and Cybor, both of which are related to gas and involve fellow billionaire Timchenko. This magnate's notoriously tight-lipped, even after climbing to the top of the country's Forbes rich list. Mikhelson launched a large-scale mixed-use development project on the Russian Gulf of Finland shores near St. Petersburg, the country's historical capital, in 2010. The $500 million investment is expected to cost around a cool $5 billion. Despite all this, he sold his stake in the company this year to his partner, Vladimir Litvinenko. Litvinenko's a 3-time campaign manager for Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg, and the rector of the university where the president defended his thesis. The oligarch is now said to be focusing on the extravagant urban revitalization of an old electrical power plant in Moscow. This $26 million investment will add to his cultural real estate portfolio, which already includes a modern art gallery in the remote Russian city of Samara, just a few hundred kilometers north of the Kazakhstan border. While investors like Friedman would undoubtedly regard such investments as frivolous, especially in cities like Samara, Leonid Mikhelson has been doing things correctly enough to place him at the top of the Forbes list, despite being $1.2 billion poorer than in 2014. What everyone knows about Leonid Mikhelson is that he's the founder and chairman of the natural gas producer Novatek, a close friend of Putin's, and a business partner of Gennady Timchenko. Timchenko himself is a billionaire who's been sanctioned by the US since 2014. Anyway, the gas tycoon can be seen inking deals and meeting with President Vladimir Putin.